American Dude see American Dude Hello, everybody. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I'm your host, Barry Walsh. Tuesday night live, and a lot to get into tonight. I want to thank everybody for watching, as always. And tomorrow night will be the EAR, End All Racism episode. It's what we do on Wednesdays here on the American Doofus Show. We turn it over to EAR, and that'll be tomorrow night. It will be King and Star. They'll be talking about economics. I'll be on with them. Second part of series on economics and how economics has impacted race and how race has impacted economics. So always look forward to that. Shalom. Hi, Sissy. True. Love you, brother. Hope things are well with you and yours. And same for you, Sissy, and for everybody out there watching. I want to start out this evening quickly with just a glance at the CNN page on my laptop, and the number of stories that deal with race. The royal family saddened by explosive interview. Now, when this first came out, I'm like, I could give two hoots what was going on with the royal family. But then I found out it was there's some racism going on, and it's not a surprise, but it's just a reminder that it's not just here in America. Then I looked down to the next story from that, and it is that Republicans are attacking two of Biden's nominees from communities of color for the top spots at Department of Justice, for top spots, not the top spot. And it appears to be a woman from the Black community, and it looks like a Middle Eastern woman. I'm just judging from the pictures, and I'm not getting into the stories because I got a whole bunch of stuff up on the laptop, and I'm hoping it stays up and doesn't shut down on me. And then we go to the top of the next column, and it's an investigation into the death of a Georgia teen who was found in a rolled up gym mat 8 years ago. That investigation will be reopened. I'll leave it to you to make a guess on the pigment of the young man's skin that was found rolled up inside of a gym mat and had been killed. Then we drop two stories down from that, and Senator Lindsey Graham reacts to aid being given to Black farmers and says, quote, "That's reparations," end quote. So those of you that were thinking there might be reparations, according to Senator Graham, it's already happened. And I thought I had one more story here, but the reason I'm a few minutes late, I'm normally on here right at 10 on Tuesdays. My computer recycled and updated right before I started, and I had to reset all of my information. So the headlines show that that race is indeed a problem, as if we didn't know that. And in last night's episode, we talked about a poll from USA Today about the perception of race in America, and that 61% of white people perceived that the death of George Floyd was either negligent or murder, and 54% of the Black community said it was murder, or 64%. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. But it also shows us that when it comes to the issue of race between the white community and the Black community specifically, that there are about 39% of the white community that are that are not going to be able to be dealt with by talking, more than likely. And they have to continue to be marginalized, in my opinion. And that's one of the things that is going to be a function of EAR. And so, again, if you're just joining, hi, thanks. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'd like to get up above, the 3,500 level. And if you would like and share and of course comment, especially the live chat, I'll get over to that in a few minutes here. And we'll talk about, it's open forum night. So we'll talk about anything you want to talk about. I do want to go to an email. Again, I don't, unless they ask me to, I don't say who has sent the email. But this one, you'll not be able to tell the specific person probably, but you'll be able to tell their affiliation. And the email says, American Doofus, could you please report immediately how Grandmaster Jay disrespected Honorable Crystal Muhammad and silenced her by not letting her speak in Lafayette? It's related to the police officer that allegedly killed himself in Lafayette. His last message was, nothing you're seeing is happenstance. I humbly request that you use your power as a critical thinker to allow American Doofus to go and find the videos on Moorish World TV where Sister Crystal tells her story about it and report on it. And then it goes on, may peace be with me. And I thank you for that. And peace be with you also. I'm not sure, to my memory, and I got this email too late to actually go and research it, but I'm going to go research it. But to my memory, Grandmaster Jay acknowledged the leader of the new Black Panther Party in Lafayette. I think I've still got the footage. And that's another reason I haven't done the 12-hour thing I was planning on doing, was because I was going to use some of the old episodes. And for some reason, a lot of them aren't there. So I'm going to have to start backing things up because I wanted to use the original. I wanted to use the first time Grandmaster Jay and the NFAC were in Louisville, and I had extensive footage on that, and it's gone. So I think Lafayette is still there, and if so, I will watch it. And if there is some disrespect Grandmaster Jay did towards the Honorable Crystal Muhammad, then I will report on it. But to my recollection, I don't remember anything being done that was okay. That takes me to the next story here. You heard the lady's voice in the background. Volcanoes, earthquakes, things going on around the rest of the world. Sometimes we get so focused in what's happening to us individually, or just in our community, or even just in our country, that we forget about how things can impact us around the world. And we are connected. We are connected. And there are a lot of volcanoes going off. And I've been trying to get a volcanologist to come on, and I think I'm going to have one come on, record an episode. And that's what you heard in the background, notifications that I get on earthquakes and volcanoes, because they're all tied together. Our Earth's all tied together. The fact that we're getting blasted with solar winds, all of this plays into the fact that this could be our last day. We don't know. And I hope everyone can start to think that way, because it opens a light to humanity, and it puts such a it diminishes the idea of hate. So we could have an earth-changing event naturally at any moment. A lot of things are happening. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It doesn't mean it's impending. But if it was impending, would would you do something different? Would you behave differently? Would you act differently? Would you think differently if you knew that you only had 48 hours until it was all over? It depends. Depends on your philosophy, I guess. If you believe in a spiritual realm and you want to enter with a pure heart, um, why wait? Take back your soul, as Marie Justice, I believe, was the one that said that in one of the EAR episodes. But yeah, the volcano. I'm monitoring volcanoes and earthquakes, and if anything should happen, I'll hop on here live. So hit the notification bell to make sure you know when I'm on live. There's another earthquake update. Basically, this updates every time an earthquake happens, and there've been a lot of 4s and 5s, and those are medium range quakes, and there's patterns following the plates. And I'm not going to get into a bunch of science tonight, but I am hoping to have an amateur volcanologist on here in the next couple of days. And I got to tell you, I went to one of these sites where they have all the volcano pictures, and I asked if someone would come on the show that knew about volcanoes and earthquakes, and instead of wanting to give, I was doing it because I wanted to give information. I wanted people to have an understanding of where we're at in the world. But evidently they're a pretty tight-knit community, because they took it as I was trying to promote my show, and they got a little upset. So I'm not going to have somebody on from that group, but I'm going to try to have somebody on. And those were the 3 things I wanted to cover. As far as my open forum stuff, for the past 2 weeks, I was going to be talking about Bigfoot and about the paranormal, but we haven't been able to get to that. So we'll see what happens. What's up, Knuckles? How you doing? Carlton, how you doing? What's up? Tammy Davis, peace and blessings to you. Crystal came back on that night, and they tried to talk, but it's just not going to happen. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know she came back on later on. I knew I watched up until he tried to call her live on the show a couple of times, and I saw that wasn't happening. So no, I didn't know she came back on, but thanks for that information. I just thought it was disrespectful personally that he put her on mute and leave her on there as she was trying to communicate and not have the ability to do so. But that's just, that's just my opinion, and people can, we don't tell you what to think. We just give you things to think about. Carlton E. was having a discussion with a friend. Do you think stereotyping is inherently racist? That's interesting. I think probably the more racist one is, the easier it is to stereotype. But I think we're all, I think we're probably all guilty of stereotyping at times. And I don't know if, it's necessarily racist, because to me, yeah, I can see how stereotyping would play into racism, but I don't think stereotyping is specifically a racist thing. People, short people can be stereotyped as not being able to dunk a basketball, but you got, Spud Webb. So, and gosh, I don't know. White people can't rap, and you got Eminem, but then you got the whole argument of, can Eminem rap? So, but yeah, that's tough. Stereotyping, again, stereotyping doesn't have to be tied to race, but um, but the more racist you are, the easier it would be to stereotype, I would think, because you see somebody that looks like me, you see me in Walmart with my, see me in Walmart without my glasses on, with a hat on, maybe even with, a gun at my side, and you're going to stereotype me many different ways. So, one of the stereotypes you might give towards me would be race, but there could be other possible stereotypes. Anything from biker to I don't know. But it is something to think about, and I thank you for bringing it up, because it's something I hadn't thought about. They say death to Jews because blacks are the true Jews. And while we just stopped being slaughtered for trying to read, it wasn't green eggs and ham, it was the Bible. Black folks reading was illegal for a long time. And, even after, there's this thing called the Jim Crow laws. And I'm so concerned that if we're not careful, the government we have now is going to reinstitute. The thinking is already there, and the bills are already in place to make it harder for people to vote, especially people in Philadelphia and Detroit and Atlanta. Now, what do all those have in common? Well, high percentages of the black communities in those areas, and they're trying to stop voter access in not only those areas but all around the nation, and that's dangerous. And I know a lot of people in the black community and a lot of people in communities of color don't care about voting, and that's sad, and that's dangerous, because that's exactly what they want to do. They want, that's exactly what they want from you. They want you not voting, and you're just making it easier on them. Marshall Bruce Mathers III, aka Eminem, is widely known as the best-selling solo rapper of all time. Wow, I did not know that. I really didn't know that. But some of his grooves get in my head and I can't get them out. As I was talking a couple of lives back when I was working out a lot, and the workout music I listened to, and NWA, a couple of NWA songs, and I have some Eminem on there because I kind of when Chrysler used one of my favorite Eminem songs, it kind of I don't know, made me stay away from it for a while. But no, the guy's got skills. As I said, that would be a debate. Some people don't like him, but no, I don't have a problem. Thin Blue Line family, what's up? Warrior Captain. Now that's racist. What's racist, Warrior Captain? What did I say that was racist? Cardi B went diamond. I saw something on one of the commercials earlier today about Cardi B, and it wasn't it wasn't with Wayne's World guys, but I think it was a commercial celebrating the accomplishments of black women. So, uh, liberty is racist. Oh, liberty. Oh, what liberty said was racist. Okay. Um, I don't know. I, um, I don't have any stats to support or deny it. If he's, where everybody ranks. That being said, Tupac was still the best. I feel like the black community heard his music but didn't listen to it. That's interesting. That's interesting. The black community heard his music but didn't listen to it. Do a poll. Okay. Um, everybody, we got a few people in here, not much going on a Tuesday night, just kind of hanging out. And I thank you all for being here. Let's do a poll. Those of you that have an opinion as far as rap, and I learned last week, I think it was last week, about trap rap, and learned some stuff there. So maybe I'll learn some stuff tonight. Um, Eminem is the best-selling artist, but even him acknowledged his color played a part in white American song. I'm black and a woman, and I would put Eminem in the top 3 of the greatest. Okay. Cool. Let's do the math. If I was black, I would have sold half. That's an interesting point, man. He's probably spot on. He probably reached an audience that black artists in that genre don't reach. Yeah, I had never thought about that because yeah, I kind of wondered what the black community thought of him. But yeah, Little Richard is the real king of rock and roll. Um, hmm. I don't know. I thought it was Chuck Berry myself. Um, but Little Richard could play. Little Richard could play some piano. Bob Marley. Yes, Bob Marley kind of takes you to a different place. His music was transportive, and trap music is about life as a drug dealer, or did I miss something? Um, Ozzy's the king of rock. Hey, James. No, it was someone had sent me a comment on one of the other lives that it was trap rap was much more damaging to the black culture than the 7 Dr. Zeus books that the family and the estate decided to quit publishing because they had racist tendencies. And I didn't know what trap rap was. And I was told that it was um, the rappers doing their own thing without recording companies, so all the music came back to the rappers. That's what I was told trap rap was. And um, trap music is about life as a drug dealer. Okay, I didn't know that, but trap was the drug house, and that's what the trap rap. So trap music is drug gang rap. Okay. Oh, my gosh, it's like you all putting Percy Sledge, BB King, Drugs find the music. Drugs funds the music. Tupac was an anti-gangster rapper if you listen to him. Honestly, I didn't listen a lot to Tupac or Biggie, either one. In that time period, for some reason, in that time period, I wasn't listening. I was probably going through some kind of emotional crisis in a relationship. Rap and trap are different. Okay, Tupac gave mixed messages. Um, Interesting. Who's who who's the um, greatest? And again, this somebody it scrolled through really fast. It's tough to qualify greatness, but um, who's the greatest performer musically that you've seen live in person? That actually you saw the performance, and you could dub it the greatest that you have seen. Who would that be? Too many layers to divide here. Kendrick Lamar, okay. Dave Matthews, Michael Jackson. I never saw Michael Jackson perform live in person. I saw him on the 25th anniversary of Motown, and it was the most incredible performance I had seen. Um, oh, cool, Sissy. Where Percy Sledge was raised, a lot of bootleggers around. Yeah, there are a lot of bootleggers in uh, southern Indiana as well. People don't realize that, but um, Rob Zombie or Slipknot. Okay, Packhead Conscious Mind, you wouldn't understand. Okay, the absolute best performer um, I ever saw in person was Prince. Um, I was in Los Angeles, California. I was trying to sell some screenplays and had meetings with an agent. And my nephew was in the movie business, among other things. He was a Chippendales. He was a touring Chippendales dancer, and um, he's done a lot of things. Great young gay man. And I went out and visited him, and he set me up with a few things while I was out there. I got to go on set and watch part of the filming of a Tom Hanks production called From the Earth to the Moon. It was on HBO. I got to be on set to watch them film, and one of the moonwalks actually. So it was really cool how they recreated that. I also got to be an extra on the TV show Frasier. Because of my nephew, got a tour Universal Studios backlot. Not the tour, but an actual tour of behind the scenes stuff. And I got to go to a small club, and he wouldn't tell me who we were going to see. And we went to the backstage door, and I stood stage left-hand side of the stage, and watched Prince and the Revolution. And to be honest with you, I wasn't feeling the greatest, and I felt obligated to go. And by, I don't know, the third or fourth song, I felt so blessed to be there. And by the end of it, I had absolutely no doubt I had just seen the most talented person I'll ever see in person in my life. I mean, the man sang, the man danced, he played every instrument, including horns that other people weren't playing. But he played every instrument that everybody else played. And that's cool. And I used to be in a band where that was one of our things was, you know, um, I would go up and sing a song and somebody'd play the bass. And I'd go back and play the drums, and the drummer would come up and play the bass, and the guitar player. That was kind of one of our little draws, that we all played different stuff. But he killed them all. He killed them all. He didn't just play them. We could get by. I can play drums on a couple of songs to get by. I'm not a drummer. You would never know he wasn't a drummer. You wouldn't know he wasn't a keyboardist. You wouldn't know he wasn't a horn player. And but you would have absolutely no freaking doubt he's a guitarist. My gosh. And he's the most talented individual I've ever seen. Let me go back over to the comments for a few minutes, and then I'll get out of here. Purple Rain. Actually, Baby, I'm a Star, and I Would Die for You. That night became, it just, I get goosebumps thinking about seeing that, and being so close, and phenomenal. But that's, I haven't seen everybody in the world, but that personally is in person, because I saw a band called Loverboy. I was backstage for a band called Loverboy, and they lip synced the whole concert, and yeah. So let me hop back over here again. CC McLeod, don't tell us that I had a puzzle when I was a teen. Pac was way before, decades before others. He was deeper than many thought. Pac was a poet first. I consider myself a poet as well. I got a lot of poetry I've written. I got a lot of song lyrics I've written. And just a little insight, since there aren't many here tonight, and this is just going to be for the loyal. This isn't one that's going to blow up and get all over the internet. I've got some. I wrote some songs, and we actually had recording contracts for a couple of the songs I wrote. And long story short, one of the guys in the band decided he wasn't going to go to Philadelphia to record. That's where we had to go to record. And so none of us, we weren't able to do it. And he's regretted that forever. But, and I don't have copies of those songs anymore because of the divorce, which is another series of episodes. But I talked to one of my guitarists tonight, and he found a cassette that has our songs on it. So I'm hoping to get a crude copy of some of the songs I've written onto the computer. So maybe if I do that fundraiser, that'll be one of the things I break out. But yeah, you got to admire a poet's heart, because it just flows out of you. It starts happening, and it just comes, and sometimes you just know that that was supposed to be written. Hey, Glenn Smith, new edition. Yeah, art does come from pain. One of the songs I wrote was called "Waiting for the Axe to Fall," and the chorus was basically, "I got my head on the block and I'm waiting for the axe to fall," and it's all about a guy and a girl in a relationship, and the guy knows it's over, and yet he's still hanging on, waiting for the axe to fall. So it comes from pain. I got to be a teenage groupie for New Edition and New Kids on the Block. That's so cool. Art comes from pain. Well, I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I'm going to cut this live off here. Again, tomorrow night is EAR night. King and Star will be talking about part 2 of economics and how economics impacts race and how race has impacted economics. And not just talking about problems, but with solutions, with things that can be done and are being done. Drawing attention to things that are happening, such as a proposed high-speed railroad controlled entirely by the Black community. It's interesting stuff. So take a look at it. And Tree of Liberty. Some things will never change. Try to show another way, but you're staying in the dope game. Now tell me, what's a mother to do? Being real don't appeal to the brother in you. Yeah. Cool. I will. Tree of Liberty. I'll listen to some Tupac because, like I said, in all honesty, I didn't. I didn't. And nothing I hate more than people that try to bullcrap everybody into thinking that, they know everything and they hate getting put in a position where it's something they don't know. The most valuable thing you can know is what you don't know. All right? Because there's always room to learn. And every day should be a learning experience because learning is knowledge. Knowledge leads to power. And power leads to change. So I love you all. Please hit the subscribe, like, share, and comment. And thanks for watching. And I will be back. I'll be back real soon. Again, tomorrow night's EAR night. And we got some news coming out. A little hint, a chance to be a charter member and help us get things off the ground. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow night. Until then, it is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I'm your host, Barry Walsh. I do sincerely love you all. Wish nothing but shalom. Peace, my friends. Blessings upon all. Blessings of health. Blessings of prosperity. Blessings of serenity and peace. Love you. Until next time.